Hello, I'm here to teach you English. In today's lesson, I'll teach you the top 5 common English phrases that confuse everyone. Let's get started. Number 1 is could you please and would you please, when we want to make a request politely in English, we can say could you please or would you please at the beginning of a sentence. For example, could you please help me, or would you please close the door? And when to use many, actually, it's pretty simple. Much is used with uncountable nouns, and many is used with countable nouns. Some students believe that go, been, and gone are all the same. Make sure you never use them incorrectly again. Of course, if you practice these phrases, you will probably never make mistakes with them ever again. Also, if you like this lesson, hit the like button right now, and remember, becoming a good English speaker is a marathon, not a sprint. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. Actually, they are not. Go is a very common verb. It means to move from one place to another. For example, I go to school every day. Been is the present perfect tense of be. Been is a helping verb. Has and have are helping verbs. We use helping verbs to form the present perfect tense. We use the present perfect tense to talk about past events that have a result that we can see in the present. For example, I've lost my keys. The present perfect tense shows the connection between the past and the present. We don't have our keys now because we lost them in the past. Another example, he's lived in Japan for 10 years. He lived in Japan in the past, and he still lives in Japan now. The next one is gone. Gone is the past participle of the verb go. We use gone to form the present perfect tense of go. For example, I've gone to school. He's gone to Japan. Gone is often used with away. For example, I've gone away for the weekend. Have and has are both correct. Have is used with plural nouns and the pronoun you. Has is used with singular nouns and the pronoun he, she, and it. Before I explain the difference between countable and uncountable nouns, let me give you some examples. We use much. I don't have much time. Time is an uncountable noun. Uncountable nouns are things that you cannot count. For example, time, money, water, etc. Next, she has many ideas. Ideas are countable. We can count them. We can say 1 idea, 2 ideas, 3 ideas. So ideas is a countable noun. Countable nouns are people, places, things, and ideas. Here are some more examples. I don't have much free time. Free time is an uncountable noun. I don't have much experience. Experience is an uncountable noun. He doesn't have much money. Money is an uncountable noun. We don't have much salt in our country. Salt is an uncountable noun. There aren't many restaurants near my house. Restaurants are countable. We can count them, 1 restaurant, 2 restaurants. 3 restaurants. There aren't many apples left. Apples are countable. We can count them. There aren't many days left until the party. Days are countable. What's the difference between these two? Well, there is no difference. All 3 of these phrasal verbs include the word look, but they all mean different things. First, to look at. When we look at, we are directing our eyes towards something. We are seeing something. For example, what are you doing? I'm looking at my phone. Or what did you do on your vacation? I looked at the beautiful view from my hotel room. Next, to look for, which means to search for something. When you are looking for something, you are searching. For example, where are my keys? I'm looking for my keys. Or can you help me? I'm looking for my friend. I haven't seen her for a long time. The last one is to look after, which means to take care of someone or something. For example, who's taking care of the baby? I'm looking after my brother while Mom is at work. Or my dad looks after our dog while we are on vacation. They mean the same thing. However, we use could you please for making requests in general. We use would you please when we are asking someone to do something nice. For example, would you please smile? You look so sad. Or if you want to ask someone to do something and it will be helpful for them, we can use would you please. For example, would you please send this email? It's very important. We don't have to use would you please or could you please when we are making requests. There are many other ways to do this. For example, please help me. But if you want to be more polite, you can use would you mind or could you please. Number 2 is may and might. Many students learn may and might as the same verb. And actually they are very similar. However, there is a big difference between these two verbs. First, let's talk about may. We use may to talk about something that is possible. For example, is it possible to fix this phone? Yes, it may be possible. It just needs a new battery. In this sentence, we're talking about something that's not certain. The phone may be possible to fix, but we're not sure, or we use may to make polite requests. For example, may I go to the party tonight? This is a question. If we're asking a question with may, the answer is either yes, you may, or no, you may not. Now let's talk about might. We use might to talk about something that's only possibly true, but is unlikely. For example, is it possible to fix this phone? Maybe it might be possible, but I don't think so. In this sentence, we're saying that it's possible, but it's unlikely. Number 3 is much and many. Many students get confused about when to use much know. For is to look at, to look for, and to look after. And know, 5 is go, been. And gone, now that you know the top 5 common English phrases that confuse everyone. Make sure you never use them again. Well, almost never.